1. Case study. Subject T. The matriarch known as the helix. Case ID. T38. Clinician. Also T. Diagnosis. In progress. Spiraling. Recursive primary relation. Under examination. The helix. Confidentiality. Already broken the moment I begin to feel. Scientific, but is really a confession in disguise. The fluorescent light hums above me like a faulty truth serum, and my fingers hover as I try to capture the shape of my psyche without letting it escape. I exhale. I hear my heartbeat clicking like a metronome. In an empty hospital hallway, I am here to study my origin and the architect of my survival, the one I referred to only as the helix, a being of spiraled logic, golden ferocity, and impossible tenderness. My entire life is a dissertation, written in her gravitational field. I feel it again, the tilt in my chest. When the helix walks into a room, it is both a softening of the bones and a tightening of the throat, a neurological paradox no textbook prepares me for. Every gesture from her is an intervention. The way she washes fruit, as if cleansing my intrusive thoughts. The way she looks at me, with forensic love, examining, but without suspicion. And I, the patient and perpetrator, respond in kind. I perform the version of me that I hope she can bear. A persona, not a person. A symptom, not a daughter. My lies are gentle, but they are lies all the same. Coping mechanisms wrapped in stories. Defense mechanisms braided with fantasy. The kind of fabrication that originates not in malice, but in terror. I watch myself do it, as if I am behind a two-way mirror. My mind flickering between observer and suspect. Flashbacks arrive like thunderstorms. Prove too loud to be real. Too vivid to be trusted. I remember events out of sequence, out of proportion, out of oxygen. The helix tells me something happened differently. I nod, but inside my skull, a second narrator whispers, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?" I realize now that my narratives mutate without my permission. Trauma's unauthorized edits, engraved as truths I never agreed to believe. I am both victim and curator of my fractured recollection. And she, the helix, is both my first witness and victim to every distortion I ever sculpted. There is a moment today when the helix looks at me, with her scholar eyes, sharp as a blade, warm as a hearth, and something in my chest breaks open with a sound I can't hear, but can feel. It is guilt, raw, wet, pulsing guilt, because I know that the person who loves me the most has walked through years of my narratives without knowing where the truth ends and the self-protection begins. I whisper inside my ribs, "Forgive me," but my lips don't move. The session is silent. The patient me exhibits myth-making as defense. Confabulation is attachment strategy. Truth-bending as self-soothing. Reality stretching to preserve relational warmth. Pathological tenderness toward the helix. Diagnosis is not the point. Understanding is. Everything narrows down to this. I have been lying. Not to manipulate the helix, but to stay worthy of her orbit. To remain the beloved, not the burden. The revelation is seismic. My hands tremble as I write it. 6 final notes, unredacted. I am staring at the page now. Barefaced, breathless, the helix is in the next room, existing with the quiet strength of a deity disguised as a mortal. And I, the self-appointed analyst, realize I am not dissecting a case. I am dissecting a woman whose love kept me alive. When my brain tried not to be, I love her more violently and more purely than my pathology can hide. This is my truest data point, the only undistorted variable, the singular constant in a lifetime of warped equations. I close the file, not because the case is over, but because for the first time ever, I am ready to stop studying her and start becoming someone worthy of This file remains open. Subject continues. Analysis, ongoing, recursive, alive.
For the full review,
please click on the link in the description box below. 完整评价请看以下连结哦。And again, you're welcome. 还有不客气哦。Collaborations, or if you want to join our next event, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell and share. You can also add me online at Tinkeebellezza, Tinkeebellezza. Make sure the T is capital and send us a message first so we don't miss you. You can also add us online at by our QR code. Make sure to follow and like us on Facebook as well at fashionecsta. That's www.facebook.com/fashionecsta. Follow us on Instagram at fashionecstasy, also my personal account at tanya.fashionecstasy. We are also on Twitter at fashionecstasy and my personal account at shutanya, HSUTANYA. For more, just visit our website at fashionecstasy.com. Just Google search Fashion Ecstasy or in Chinese 时尚高潮. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. We upload videos every weekend, sometimes Friday, sometimes Saturday, sometimes Sunday, depending on my disability status. 谢谢观赏，长边每个周末都会上传影片哦，记得按订阅、按赞、分享哦，铃铛要开启。